So we're working on a twin turbo setup, and this thing's gonna go, it's gonna be a rear mount. So we need it to have turbos really tight, close together. So I'm gonna show you a quick way that I'm gonna use these T4 flanges to kind of put a piece between them, put them together, and do some measuring. So I'll show you a quick how we're gonna do that to get exactly what we need to have to make this setup work. So at first, what we do is we're gonna take one turbo. These are 67mm T4 flange turbos, and we're gonna attach it to this wood table. So that way we can see one turbo is gonna be stationary, then we can set this turbo where it needs to go, measure between the flanges to cut our piece of metal to go between these two flanges. So let's get started. Alright guys, now we're gonna hold this turbo like this. Let me move some scraps here. Alright, so we're squaring this turbo up. Just got some wood screws with a washer on them. Okay, now alright, this turbo's set. So what we done is took this little bracket right here we made. It's kind of hard to see probably, but we just done a quick little bracket here, and it's gonna hold this turbo. So we're gonna wiggle things around on it. Alright, so now I'm going to center this turbo up like that. We'll get Craig put the screw in. Okay. Okay, now these are mounted to the table. They're not going anywhere. So now we can do our measurements from flange to flange. Go tape measure. So that way we know what to build here in the center. So we got them on there, and 4 1/4. That's what the gap. So we'll cut this piece of metal to 4 1/4 to put in there. So that way, we can get that set up in there. So we're gonna get this cut, and we'll set it in here, make sure it fits. We'll tack it together, then we'll bring it back over here, make sure it fits. We'll take turbos loose, make sure we can set them on top of the flanges, put screws back through them, and if that works, then we have our turbos bolted together the way they need to go, so we can put them in the vehicle. So let's cut that piece of metal. Good. Rolling? Yep. Alright guys, so we're getting these tacked together. So we'll weld this on here and see what, make sure everything fits. Tacked on both sides. So now we'll go over here and make sure these all fit. So we will get the impact.
It's on the table back there.
Oh. And We'll loosen that one turbo at a time. Okay, so rolling.
Yep.
Now let's scoot them out of the way. Find our drill holes. Alright. Well, then there's no need to put them in there. We know it all lines up, works. So now we'll weld all the way across these, make this good and solid. And we'll probably actually put a hole here to run a stud down through, or a piece of tube with some threads on the end. So we can use something up top here to help support the turbos in the car. We'll probably come off each side with some hangers also to put on the bottom of the car. So we'll get this finished welded up here. Alright, flanges are welded. Now it's time to start, make our quick little template for piping. Obviously, round 2, square hole, this isn't going to work. So, hammer, little edge, and just slowly start pecking it until it gets close to going in there. Okay, that one's pretty close for this side. So, where's that marker at? Craig grab his marker. We'll mark what side this is. This right here is going to be the passenger side turbo. So, we'll mark this pipe. Or pass right there. Pass right here. So, now we'll tack this on here real quick, just in a couple spots, and then we'll come over here and work on this tube.
Yep.
Alright, got this pipe tacked on like this for passenger side. I'm gonna work on driver's side. Now, the way this is gonna be set up, we're gonna actually, it's going to go this way, to come around through here, to give us room to come out here so these pipes can run together. And this will be on the back side, so we're not going to be in the way of our drains or anything on, you know, when this pipe is flipped over like this. This pipe's going to kind of come through the back like this, and then we'll 45 it right here to run straight, and then when we get to the next step here, we'll 90 and go back towards the front, or 45, however we decide needs to be done in this area over here. So let's get this thing marked so we know where to flatten it at. Alright, now we got it all marked. Now we'll take the hammer, we'll do a little flattening, and we'll get this side tacked in. Alright, both pipes tacked together. on there good. So now what we're gonna do is a V-band flange that we're obviously gonna have on each one of these, so that way this part can be removable from the other part of the exhaust that goes up to the front of the Jeep. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a couple bolts in this to the turbo and go figure out where they're gonna hang in the car or in the Jeep. And once we get that knocked out, then we can measure for these tubes. Obviously we don't want to do too many 90s because 90 slows down airflow, so we'll make some 45s and make it kind of flow back through the exhaust. So let's go figure out where we're gonna mount these in the car. Alright guys, so we got the turbos and stuff hung on the Jeep. I'll show you kind of where they're gonna go. So it's kind of dark. I'm gonna have to get, kind of see here, got them hung up there. Get a little light. So everything's just kind of held up there right now. It's nice and easy. And so you've got room in the front. Let's get a little front view. So that's how they're gonna go. That little 90 right there on that compressor housing, it's gonna actually come, turn back, and their filters are gonna kind of set towards the back corner over there a little bit. So that's where all that stuff's gonna sit. So we're gonna call it a night right there.